All right, shalom, shalom. This your brother Shamak. I want to first start off by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well and oversee this tabernacle of David. Shalom to the sincere brethren who teaches truth and all truth sincerely across four corners of the earth and giving out the diligence to do so. All right, and I just want to go into the of this lesson, or the topic I want to touch on is that this position we in, that this is the tabernacle of David. This is the tabernacle of David. Why do I say this? And this has to do with prophecy and deliverance. Because if you're going back to the scriptures with David did all the warring and fighting, for Solomon to have peace. What are we doing? And he did the building, and what are we doing this building now spiritually for us to have peace with who? With Yahweh Shai. Solomon was that peace, and Yahweh Shai is going to be that peace. This is all prophecy, and this proves that we are the tabernacle of David right now, because this is going to befall us in the last days, And this is Amos chapter 9, verse 11, okay? So it reads, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen," okay? Which is Israel, because David was a king over Israel, okay? It says, "And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old." See, we're coming back to we're coming back to that spirit, We're coming back to the spirit. We're coming back to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Coming back to that serious mentality, prophesying against these nations as the same as our forefathers did, man. We bringing the life of these scriptures, man. The visions of our forefathers that we bringing forth back, that same spirit, and those same spirits are back. Because what the scriptures speak about, prophets are subject to prophets, as spoke about in the book of Corinthians, So yeah, this tabernacle of David is raising up, and that's Israel waking up, man. Okay, because we was once fallen, we was once at that lower state, But this thing is all about the elect, man. It's all about the elect. So let me go dive back into that Chronicles chapter 6, just to touch on that fact that David ruled over Israel. Okay. 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 6. "But I have chosen Jerusalem that my name might be there, and have chosen David to be over my people Israel." Okay? Because this is King David. All right, he ruled over Israel. All right, righteous king. "Now it was in the heart of David, my father, to build an house for the name of the Lord, power of Israel. But the Lord said to David, my father, for as much as it was in thine heart to build a house for my name, thou didst well, and that it was in thine heart." Okay, and then later on in that chapter, it goes to, and then who was next to rule? Solomon. And if you read about Solomon in the scriptures, he was a peaceful man, wealthy, full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because he prayed for that. It spoke about 1 Kings chapter 3, I want to say. Solomon prayed for that. He could have prayed for it. As it said, Solomon could have prayed for a long life. He could have prayed for women. He could have prayed for riches. But what did he pray for? He prayed for wisdom. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the Heavenly Father and the Son, that Heavenly Father gave it to him. He gave him all. He gave him all those things. But that was just to prove the point with that David and Solomon, that right now we're building, but we're going to have that forever peace, just like when Solomon had peace. And by our peace is going to be Yahweh Shai, And if you can receive it spiritually, Yahweh Shai is Solomon. All right. But this is Acts chapter 15, verse 16. Yeah, let me get it right here. Here it is. It says, "After this, I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David." See, now it's spiritually this time. You see, now we don't have the temple. Now the temple is spiritual. It says, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. He's setting it up by just waking up his elect. He waking up the men of the Lord, bringing them back by the word, by the word, man. Okay, this is the tabernacle of David that he's going to raise up. This is prophecy. That's why we say the apostles and elders that oversee the tabernacle of David. They are the true leaders of Israel today. All right. And this to drive home the point with Jeremiah 23. And it's plenty of scripture you can easily get to prove this tabernacle of David, man. All right. This is where the Spirit guided me today, though. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Oh, man. All right, here it is. It says, verse 6. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. See how we're going to do that? That's prophesying that kingdom, man. And it says, this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Why are those letters bolded, man? You know? And this is the Old Testament. Why are those letters bold? You know? Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So that's basically saying they're not going to be saying, oh, those are those Israelites, they came out of the land of Egypt, you know, with Moses. They can be saying something different this time. That's how you know it's prophesying. Verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither have driven them, and that shall dwell in their own land. That's what they're gonna be saying now. Ain't gonna be no more, oh, that's the Israelites that came with Moses. No, it's gonna be the Israelites that was saved out of Babylon the Great, man. Out of that north country. And out of all the countries where they were scattered, as it spoke about with James chapter 1, verse 1. That's why this is prophecy, man. Us being the tabernacle of David, and this being the tabernacle of David, which we emphasize on, you know, this being the tabernacle, it's important in prophecy, and it's important in deliverance and salvation, man. Okay? It says, and they shall dwell in their own land. We're going to have the 12 gates of the kingdom of heaven. Are for who? Israel only. Okay? Pertaining to Revelation chapter 21, verse. We can end off with that one. Let me end off with that one. But that Jeremiah 23 and 8, man, that really drove home the point, you know? Let me get that real quick. Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. Because this is our own land, man. And Jerusalem is the homeland. Okay? That's why he put a name in Jerusalem. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. It had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? No other countries. That's why we're going to be getting dragged out of those countries. Those elect. Remember, the elect are going to be waking up in each country, man. All across the globe. This truth is global, and there's no stopping it. There's no stopping the raising of the tabernacle of David. Okay? There's no stopping it, man. You know, but I'm bringing out this lesson too, because it's exciting times we're living in. To see the awakening of our nation, this is not no light work, man. You know, it's light work to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay? In the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. You know? But that's that forever peace that's coming is with Yahweh Shah, man. The same peaceful rulership that Solomon was in, man. All right, but we're doing the same building that David was doing. You remember in the scriptures it spoke about David hands being too bloody, you know. It spoke about his hands were being too bloody. I want to say it's spoken about in Psalms, I want to say, but I don't have the scripture at the top of my head right now, you know. But that's really the point. You know, with the tabernacle of David really going to prophecy, really going to everlasting life, and that we are in the midst of in the tabernacle of David, you know. Okay, but that was just on my spirit. I just want to bring it out, you know. Hopefully, it was edifying, exhorting for the spirit. Okay, but it's your brother Shamark. I want to end up by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstones who teach you well and oversee the tabernacle of David. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect and their families. And with that, I would like to say shalom.